We can do this inside. We don't need to be out here. Quit. Are you just gonna make the?
I'll just take care of this.
You'll make the burgers? Okay, good. I'll go inside and I'll talk about TikTok videos.
Oh my god, is this the emasculation ritual I see before me? Can you not even grill meats? Is that not what a real man's supposed to do? Yeah, just so he's extra angry, I'll give him a completely inappropriate opener for this. Yeah, this is queer shit. I'm getting fucking queer now. Yeah. I did want to talk about this though, because this is a brand new Matt Walsh reacts to anti-American TikToks. He's here on Memorial Day weekend to bring you a whole bunch of pro-American, you know, grilled meats on the grill, salted cured meats, and to talk about why imperialism's awesome, actually. Hell yeah. Oh, I love this already, you know, and this is what the lib cucks are trying to take away from all y'all, you know, all these people trying to be like, oh, imperialism's bad, oh, maybe the American Empire shouldn't try and destroy the world, oh, we should stop supporting genocide. Nah, that's because they're trying to take away your grilled meats, salted grilled meats. Don't let the vegans win.
Okay, we're out here like we've done for the last couple of years, and so what are we doing? We're making...
But he did the one joke! He did the one joke! Oh, that's adorable. My pronouns are chef self. Look at that. We got the one joke just to start us out.
Some hamburgers, and we're gonna take a look at some TikTok videos.
Look like shit.
Our friends at Good Ranchers have supplied us with the hamburger patties, as always, very delicious. Of course, the problem is that this year, you know, our friends from the ground, the cicadas, have emerged after 17 years, and so I can barely hear myself talk.
Yeah, how do you seem so unnatural at the one thing you're supposed to be good at doing? Why do I always see people who are leftists posting amazing culinary delights in food, where it's just like, hey, by the way, I just made myself this incredibly premium sirloin steak. I've been, you know, marinating in it for 2 days, aged, blah, 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 and then they pull the stuff out, and then you see, like, fucking right-wingers just like, this is beans and cheese. You know, Paul Joseph Watson's food pictures where you're just like, what the fuck is that? Like, is someone torturing you to eat this shit? This is what you're bragging about? You're posting this kind of stuff?
Talk over the sound of the cicadas. For some reason, we're right underneath a tree.
Yeah, Jake does a good job.
Like, literally, there's 10 million cicadas. And you don't want to be under a tree anyway when you're grilling, so none of this makes any sense. And we're just...
You picked the location, Matt.
I'm talking about TikTok videos. Like, why do I need to be at a grill outside screaming over cicadas?
I don't know. It's your channel and or show. You get to decide this. These are editorial decisions. You could have changed that.
To talk about TikTok videos, it makes no sense. This is crazy. The audio is going to be shit, let's be honest. Why don't I just go and...
He's just like totally valley girling over this age. It's just so silly. Why are we doing this?
Sorry, I'm just going to go inside. We can do this inside. We don't need to be out here. Quit. Are you just gonna make the?
I'll just take care of this.
You'll make the burgers? Okay, good. I'll go inside and I'll talk about TikTok videos.
Oh my god, is this the emasculation ritual I see before me? Can you not even grill meats? Is that not what a real man's supposed to do? A real man? Come on, Matt. I'm a queer, and I know how to grill meats. I'll grill meats all fucking day. I don't care about cicadas.
And you can just make the burgers and I'll eat them inside. Okay. All right, so we're back in comfortable environment away from the cicadas. We were playing TikTok videos is what we're supposed to do. These TikTokers are not happy with America. They're not just angry, they're disappointed, but also angry, mainly angry. So let's hear what they...
Seems like the production is ramping up a little bit. He's got a soundboard, or at least someone doing sound effects post-hoc. Got some special effects in there. We got a, you know, cicada who flew right into his earlobe, so there was that too. Little pageantry.
Have to say.
No, because you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 jobs! 4 jobs! While I'm in college!
Is this the original? Was this the original, or is this the edit? I feel like this is the edit. I don't know if someone would have uploaded a video with themselves crying about how hard their life is, but then also superimposed the shocked cat face, thinking this is a silly edit.
In rural Tennessee, and I can barely pay my own rent, and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours.
Oh, I can't watch this. It's just too emasculating. The man can't even grill his own meats. He has to get a different man to do it for him. The fuck is this shit?
It's not
I mean, we got to draw the lines, right? Like, well, we'll go back. We can take a screenshot, and there's, I mean, yeah, it pretty much speaks for itself. I mean, he's handing over the grill duties right here, and there it is. You can see the line, and oh, look how straight his posture right here. Because again, part of the emasculation ritual that he's participating in, he's giving over his grill duties. Can't even grill a fucking burger to save his life.
Name the time or place that you would like to go, being a woman, where you think you would have more rights.
Just had to throw that in there. By the way, you know, all these self-entitled kids don't want to work 4 jobs to be able to afford life. Plus, I'm sorry, darling, but you only recently got voting rights. You only recently got the ability to even own a credit card. And this is the thanks you give us, men.
And live in more luxury and comfort than you do right now. As to the question that the young lady asks, will it ever?
Well, I mean, we can really answer this. I believe that it was the millennials or the first generation where they were actually living less, let's just say, fortuitous lives than their parents had lived. And it's pretty demonstrable through the numbers that, yes, as inflation increased and as the economy became more difficult and jobs became more scarce, it is more difficult to both, you know, afford a home, raise a family under that generation, and then exponentially more difficult for Gen Zers to do it. The very idea of the American dream was kind of eroded by the neoliberals when Reagan came into power and wanted to destroy every single fucking last union that remained, and that did, yes, increase the difficulty for the middle class in America to be quite as prosperous as they were before. And then we've since just seen this kind of accelerationism into the Gilded Age of inequality, where, yes, the very wealthiest among us own more than they ever have before, and the poorest are still struggling.
To be fair,
Nope.
no, it won't be. And not because you're a woman in America. Like, that's helping you. Okay, the system is far more concerned about fairness for you than it's ever been for anyone ever. But still, it won't be fair.
Sorry, what? Did that sentence come out of his mouth? The system is more concerned with fairness for women than it's been for any other group ever. Interesting. Interesting.
Because life isn't fair.
Aren't we living through right now, especially in America, a time when they're just basically taking away the rights of women in real time, eroding them, forcing them to give birth against their will? That seems, you know, not having bodily autonomy, I would say, is not exactly all that.
And, you know, that's the old cliche that many of us grew up hearing our dads tell us, and that I say to my own kids all the time. It's a dad tradition. But, you know, it doesn't mean that the inverse is true. So when I say life isn't fair, I'm not saying that life is unfair. It isn't fair, but it's also not unfair. Life is life. And you either accept that reality and move on and live your life and try to be a functional person, or you can whittle away your existence screaming about how unfair everything is.
It's all about
I love people whose jobs are literally to talk into a microphone like myself, complaining about people who have it hard. Yeah, wow. It's kind of like, so Matt, we have the same job, and I gotta say, I've had a lot of other jobs. I've been dishwasher, I worked construction, I worked in fast food, that kind of shit. It's more taxing. It's harder when you're getting paid minimum wage and you're worried about where your next paycheck's gonna come from. I'm not saying that this isn't mentally draining. It certainly is. I have to deal with fucking listening to people like Matt Walsh, but at the end of the day, in what world are you gonna then show videos of people who are like, it's really fucking hard. It's really hard. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it's fucking hard. When you see those videos of people crying where it's like, I don't understand this. Like, how do people do this? I'm doing everything by the rules. I'm working. I am working multiple jobs. I'm going to school. I'm trying to pay down my own fucking tuition while at the same time I can barely afford rent. I do not sleep. I'm supposed to be able to have time to do all of this homework and other shit while at the same time perform academically to a certain extent, while also afford all of this kind of stuff, which means I just have to continuously work from morning until night. I'm stressed. I'm anxious. It sucks. What the fuck is wrong? And then to look at that and be like, well, life's not fair. You know, not all of us know how to grill. Some of us, if you can't grill, we need to get other men to do it for us.
profit. It's all about gains. I came in January 2015. I still don't have any friends. I don't have not one friend.
I'm gonna tag the creator below, and please go watch her whole video because it's important. Put simply, America sucks. And here's the thing, immigrants are figuring that out much quicker than they were before. I'm gonna tell you a very quick story. I heard of somebody from Peru.
I'm gonna guess his take on this will be go back to Peru, right? Or go back to blank. If you don't like America, you can leave. Yeah.
Who walked here, was here for 1 month, and said, F this country, I'm going back. He was sold on the idea of the United States and then realized, oh my God, there's no free college. Everything's about profit. There's no health care. He realized all the problems that Peru had, at least it was beautiful and he had time to relax. So guess what? Yeah, he went back home. It used to take immigrants maybe 30 years. I've been here 30 years to realize this place.
I wish you could just shut your big yapper.
Immigrant spirits in 1 month flat. You have lost your place in the world and you just don't know it yet.
Okay, then leave.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll be here all week. You know, I usually stream Mondays to Fridays. You can find me 12 to 4 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. Yes, and that is one of my many tricks. I am a magician, and I do have the ability, not by pre-watching. I know a lot of you will be like, well, Lance just pre-watches it, so that's it. No, because he's incredibly predictable and says the same shit over and over. Yeah, it's just, look, what's the lowest hanging fruit? Most likely that's the one he will go to pick. That's going to be it, right?
Just get the fuck out. Like, why? Just, we don't want you. Leave.
Go.
I'm gone.
Go then.
I am.
All right. Well, he's going to be acquiring all of the fruits and vegetables that grow in the farms if you're not doing low-paid immigrant labor, Matt. Once they're all gone, he's going to do that. Who's going to be doing all the jobs, the minimum wage jobs that you shit all over and that you don't want, you know, white college students to have to complain about? Who's going to do all those jobs? What's going to happen to your labor force if you suddenly just kick every single person who's an immigrant out of your country? Yeah.
Oh, I'm gone.
I'm not even arguing with you. We won't even argue over the points. A lot of what was just said there was untrue. But, you know, no free healthcare. Like, actually.
Man, I don't know what to think about these new Matt Walsh videos. They're way overproduced. Too many sound effects, too many attempt at memes. I don't know if your viewership is going down or what's going on, why you're struggling and then trying to go down this route, but it's not a good look.
Plenty of immigrants come here, illegal immigrants, and they just go to the emergency room and they get free healthcare.
Is that true? Is that how it works in America? My God. Can I do that? Because as a Canadian, I guess, I do have the whole public healthcare system, but there are times when I'm like, wouldn't it be great if I could just walk in somewhere and just get a whole bunch of free upgrades, you know? Maybe some cosmetic choices, if I do say so myself. So I just have to sneak into the US any way I can, even if I'm traveling there for vacation, and then immediately say, I want the free shit. And then the door is open, is what I'm told.
They never pay for it. Like, so there is that. But we don't need to get into the specifics. Okay, so then just leave. That's fine. He's been here for 30 years. He doesn't like it, so just leave. Stop.
Oh, yeah, no, I know it's not true. I had a friend who actually got punched in the face when he was going to the United States, and after he got punched in the face, his jaw got broken. And so he had bought insurance, travel insurance. And so when he went to the doctor, the American doctor, that was the first questions. Are you an American? No. Oh, okay. Do you have travel insurance? I do. All right. Well, then we can have a conversation. Otherwise, we unfortunately would not have been able to treat or see you unless you were willing to pay out of pocket, at which point we do have to really be upfront about some of these costs. And yeah, the idea of perhaps getting an x-ray and then seeing a doctor and then potentially having surgery, you're probably looking at around $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 for all of that. And again, we're a little worried because you're not an American about whether you'd be able to pay that. So we may have to have some of that money up front before you can get medical treatment for your owie. So let's hope that works out for you.
Stop whining and leave. Turn around and walk back to Peru or whatever. And by the way, so you're telling me that you walked here from Peru, and you didn't do your research before you came? You had to get here to find out that we supposedly don't have free healthcare, we don't have free college? You couldn't have, like, do they not have any kind of...
What's the supposed? Sorry, do you have healthcare you're willing to give people, Matt? Is there Matt Walsh healthcare? It's a part of your altruism?
Kind of internet access in Peru? You can't check, you can't stop at a library? Somewhere along the way, you didn't have a chance to stop and do a little bit of research? You had to come here? So you were wondering, does America have free healthcare and free college? Is that what, that's the least efficient way? We live in the information age. Burgers are one of the most popular foods in America. You've probably eaten.
But you don't know how to cook, apparently. You got to get other people to cook for you. And yeah, wouldn't that be more about what you're upset about? Like, he's just like, oh, what, you didn't know? You didn't know how much we suck? You didn't know how bad things are here? You couldn't look it up? Couldn't look it up that we don't have free healthcare? That fucking you got to pay for school? That everything's really expensive? That actually the quality of life is really low comparative to other big, Western nations? Idiot. Anyways, buy some shitty burgers.
News for people who don't travel internationally. The world hates us, okay? We're not the big dogs. We don't have the clout that we once had. We aren't even like statistically on top of anything, education or anything anymore. And I've traveled a lot internationally. Over COVID, obviously, I stopped. And there's always been an underlying tone that America is dangerous. But You know, we run Hollywood, so a lot of the media that is consumed by people in other countries is still American. However, I'm on my first international trip since COVID, and it has gotten worse. I have heard from every nationality that America is dangerous, but I arrived in Indonesia, which is a country that, you know, a lot of people aim to get out of and go to America. And the first thing that my taxi driver says to me is that they're taking all the data that people are using. And he's convinced that people are walking around the US like zombies.
Okay. That's enough of that. So all you're really doing is revealing, like, I didn't think there was any upside to the drug epidemic in America. I didn't think that there was any real silver lining to it. I thought it was just bad all the way through, all the way down, just bad, bad, bad. And it turns out that there is a small silver lining, and that is that it's stopping people from coming here.
You shall not pass!
I'm not saying that makes it worth it. I'm not saying that, but at least there's something. I don't know. We could be optimists about it. Do I care that?
That's so wild. That's not what the person in the video was talking about. She was talking about how internationally the eyes of the world are kind of afraid of America and its imperialism abroad. And yes, you know, aspects of the drug war, which do take place internationally, she's bringing that up and invoking that. Not that people don't want to immigrate to America because they think the drug problem is worse there than it is in other parts of the world, right? Like, I don't think that's one of the things that people are like, well, I did want to travel to America, the land of the free, the brave, you know, the bounty, but then I realized that y'all have fentanyl crisis, unlike the rest of the world, which also has a fentanyl crisis. So,
foreigners don't like America or have a low opinion of it? No, I don't. I always love these kinds of videos from people. By the way, people like this who claim to I've traveled all over the world, and shut up. You've been in tourist spots. Like, you're not actually trying to make yourself out to be some kind of world traveler discovering the world. You know, you went to Cancun, you went to whatever. You stopped in Indonesia for 2 days for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure why you'd want to visit there, but.
I'm guessing Matt's never traveled anywhere before in his life. I'm guessing it's that, you know. He's like the Charlie Kelly of right-wing pundits. He's just never basically left his hometown. Just has a view of the entire world as being nothing but shit. Yeah, I'm told it's just shit everywhere. I mean, the only place I really want to go is Israel. That's about it. Everywhere else around the world, just shitholes.
It's true that we have a drug epidemic. That's true. Our cities are crime-infested cesspools. All of that is true. I'd still rather live here than Indonesia, and I know that she would because that's why she came back. But the question is, whose fault is that?
America is not a real place because why can we be 18 years old, go to war, buy an AR-15, but God forbid we sip on a White Claw? America is where a presidential candidate can get the most votes and still not be president. America is where people only care about immigrants if they're not white. America is where they decide to build bulletproof classrooms instead of adjusting the gun laws, God forbid. America is where a geriatric man who should be in adult diapers in a nursing home can be president and in charge of our nuclear codes. Okay,
before we address that, I think is my hamburger done that has been cooking this whole time in this video that we shot all at the same time, not on 2 different days? You guys didn't do like a veggie patty, did you?
It is not a veggie patty. I can guarantee you that. Bon appetit.
What the hell is it? On rye bread?
The fuck is this shit? All right? I'm insulted. You can't be the what is a woman? I know all about male masculinity, and I'm gonna be, you know, an image, a beacon of what the masculine man is to be in the world, and I know how to grill, and you can't even fucking manage your own grill. So you got other people grilling meat for you, cocked, I say, and on top of that, yeah, what is this abomination? You know? I hope that it's just because his staff hates him as much as the rest of the world, and they just want to slowly fuck with him, you know, just like maybe poison him slowly kind of shit.
Barbecue bacon burger.
Is that Meatloaf? This is not Good Rancher. This is some sort of a bait and switch going on here. That's Meatloaf. I know Meatloaf when I see it.
Meatloaf, double beatloaf. I hate meatloaf.
I don't know what.
I've never understood the brand of humor where it's just references for reference's sake. Like, you don't do anything to improve upon it. You're not even utilizing the reference for anything other than, hey, by the way, this is another time that this thing was mentioned. Yeah, this is right here, you know. That's
what the hell kind of meatloaf that is, but that's not a hamburger. So somebody ate my hamburger and they gave me this. Now I see why you guys wanted to do this whole bit. I should have known. I actually thought, you know what? I actually thought you were going to really bring me a hamburger. This is how stupid I am. All right.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, I am happy to learn from this video that his staff actually hates him as much as the rest of the world. Just, yeah, we got a great idea for a sketch. Okay, why don't you grill burgers? I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to grill. Really? That's kind of a masculine thing, you know? It's usually associated with the man of the house cooking meats on the fire. Pretty old-fashioned caveman shit. Okay, fine, I'll pretend. Okay, well, why don't we get you out there? We'll put you out into this room. It's like, I can't hear myself think. What's with all the cicadas? Fucking, they won't stop. Okay, so why don't we do a whole thing where someone else takes the grill over for you, and then the next day we'll give you like a fake burger. All right. And it looks like this. Maybe this is activism. You know, it's some comrades behind the scenes who are just like, yeah, we're just going to slowly make Matt Walsh and his life miserable.
Chips are good, though. I agree with her on that last point, that about our aging vegetable of a president. Of course, it's not unprecedented, though. Like, plenty of countries have senile or have had senile leaders. I assume you're voting for Trump, then? I mean, yeah, he's old as hell, too, but he's not senile.
I am a young, vibrant man.
Given that you've...
What are you talking about? Neither of them, in the best of times, sound like they're making any sense. You know, so many clips were just like, what the fuck? He speaks exactly as I had assumed someone who is on the world stage at his age is speaking. The same thing with fucking Biden. Like, yes, they are both old senile men. It's a terrible decision.
Recognize this problem with America, that we have a president with dementia. That's a real problem. Are you going to do something yourself to address that problem? No, of course not. I am more sure than I've ever been sure of anything that this woman is not going to vote for Donald Trump, despite notice.
That might be the only thing you're correct on, Matt. Yes, that's the only read you've gotten.
Seeing the problems.
You want to know what's funny in the most unironic way is, you know, my little jingle would be, it's the season for some treason. I would do anything to get out of this country.
Hang on a second. You'll do anything to get out of this country, and so you'll commit treason?
It's treason, then.
Do you think that's the punishment for treason? Do you think that's what happens when you're found guilty of treason? You think they go, well, you committed treason, mister. Now, you get on out of here and don't come back. Get on out of here now. Like, you think that's what happens when you commit treason?
Wait, is the Empire the good guys? Oh, yeah, they have it all twisted, of course. No, they love imperialism. Yeah, they love the Nazis. Yeah, they love that shit. Yeah, of course they'd view the world in that light.
I mean, you must think that, otherwise you wouldn't be publicly announcing on social media that you want to commit treason. Which I have to say, I have never wanted anyone to commit treason. I don't encourage anyone to, I don't encourage anyone to engage in any kind of criminal activity, least of all treason. I'm not encouraging that. I don't want it. But I'm also not...
Wait, where's the but? Oh, here it is.
Not going to do anything to dissuade you of your belief here. You know, if you decide to learn the hard way, well, go ahead. I somewhat look forward to that. That's it. Those are all the...
Sorry, like when you were watching that prequel, did you think right afterwards when the whole genocide of the younglings takes place that those were the good guys? Or you're like, well, yeah, I mean, this had to happen. Someone had to get rid of all those fucking treasonous assholes, so kill the younglings.
Howdy, everybody. I just wanted to let you know that for the cost of a cup of coffee, you can unlock bonus uncensored episodes of Mind Explosions by going to patreon.com/theserfs. Our videos couldn't exist without your support, and all our content is released early to our Patreon subscribers, as well as a ton of extra content you can't get anywhere else. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up this channel, and if you're feeling extra perky, share it anywhere you think people would like to see or learn from our videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We first want to give a shout out to everyone who makes this show possible. This program is produced thanks to the generous support of our Patreon supporters: Anna Loves Riley, Arian McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbar Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Poppy, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Bomey, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demmel, Travis McClinton, and Words Greenwood, as well as every other person you see on the screen right now. This show would not be possible without them. And if you want to join these wonderful people who make this entire program possible, simply go to patreon.com/theserfs and you can unlock uncensored and bonus episodes and, you know, help us exist.